25 years of compassion, integrity, and skill. Powerful words that define the law offices of Diana Santamaria, where attorneys passionately pursue justice.
Getting to know the client on a personal level is very, very important to Diana.
One of the reasons that I chose this law firm was because Diana, I felt that she understood my case. She cared about what I went through and my family as well. She may be tiny, but she went up against the big guys. In my case, it was a large healthcare facility here in Broward, so she held her own.
Ben Navalta lost his beloved wife, Linda, due to medical malpractice. He prayed for direction and found it at his church.
After the mass, somebody gave me like a magazine. Then when I came home, I just read it, and then boom, I got Diana Santamaria, Attorney Diana Santamaria. I love my wife, and I promise I'm gonna bring this to the justice. What I need is a good lawyer. And I keep praying to God, and I got the answer. That's Diana.
A horrific crash, and commercial truck driver Peter Garcia was airlifted to Jackson Memorial Hospital.
They're very professional and obviously very knowledgeable with the way they treated my case. But what I really enjoy the most is their friendliness. They're very easygoing people, very accessible, and that helps because sometimes dealing with legal matters for a layperson is very hard to understand.
Diana and Laura Dolan represented Peter and obtained a settlement 6 times over the policy limits.
They never spoke over my head. I always was able to relate to them and understand them and feel comfortable with the way they treated me, and eventually it was a very positive outcome for me.
Diana is very empathetic, and I think if you're going to be a great attorney, you have to have a lot of empathy. You have to put yourself in those shoes and walk in those shoes for a bit to understand the pain, the real pain that a lot of these clients have.
This patient had prior surgery, but it appears that all of the screws are pulling out of the bone.
The consequences of a medical mistake, vehicle crash, or violent crime often cause serious injuries and great emotional loss. Each day, the law offices of Diana Santamaria is trusted to defend the rights of injured victims and their families.
That's another thing that I love in this profession is we fight bullies. We fight bullies that are corporations. We fight bullies that take advantage of the underprivileged or people who otherwise wouldn't have a voice. And I love that about what I do. But also have an opportunity to make a change in an unsafe practice, an unsafe product, or just a negligent situation is what really fulfills me.
Being in a profession where you could influence other people's lives, and if you use that in a positive way, it's a very powerful thing.
The compassion and empathy for clients is genuine. Diana graduated from the University of Miami cum laude with a bachelor's degree in English. Then she graduated the University of Miami School of Law. Since 1985, she has devoted her practice to representing people injured as a result of the negligence of others. She learned from one of the best, legal giant Sheldon Schlesinger.
If I go into a courtroom on behalf of a client, I go in to win. And I do the very best that I can for that client.
From the very first day that I was there, I knew this is what I will do the rest of my life.
Diana's mentor was one of the most successful attorneys in the country and encouraged her when she decided to open her own firm in 1991. Diana and the firm flourished, gaining a reputation for excellence. Listed in Best Lawyers in America, selected to Florida Super Lawyers, And she earned the Martindale-Hubbell AV rating, the gold standard of peer review ratings. She is a member of the prestigious $1 Million Advocates Forum, and less than 1% of U.S. attorneys have earned that status. Diana was appointed by Florida Governor Jeb Bush to serve on the Florida Supreme Court Judicial Nominating Committee and served for 4 years. In the news regularly are her settlements and jury verdicts. She got an $8.2 million verdict for a 16-year-old athlete injured in a warehouse accident, $1.6 million settlement for a ballerina injured in a car crash, another $1 million settlement for an 81-year-old grandmother killed by a speeding locksmith. Diana's accomplishments catapulted her into an elite group of litigators. Diana was elected to the board of directors of the Academy of Florida Trial Lawyers and served for 10 years. She earned the Wings of Justice Award for her unyielding commitment and received the Most Valuable Player Staff Appreciation Award in 2 separate years, along with the Shoe Leather Award and the Above and Beyond Call of Duty Award. Now known as the Florida Justice Association, the organization is dedicated to strengthening and upholding our civil justice system and protecting the rights of Florida citizens and consumers. Diana is now recognized as a Fellow of the FJA. Diana's skills and her love for teaching led her to become a sought-after speaker at FJA seminars for continuing education.
If you have an expert who likes to teach, one, they're going to teach you, and two, they're going to teach the juror.
I love the law, and I love being with other lawyers, especially lawyers who do what I do. We are, in many ways, a brotherhood or sisterhood of advocates and warriors.
But no amount of advocacy could take on Mother Nature. October 2005, Hurricane Wilma, a deadly Category 5 storm, battered South Florida for days. Diana's law office was destroyed.
We walked in and the roof was off, the windows were blown in, everything she had worked for and had was totally destroyed, 100%. All her files were destroyed. There was nothing to go on. There was no time to wonder what to do. It was just time to put into action a plan that would make this all happen. So that's what we did.
The couple's motto, failure is not an option.
Good afternoon, Law Offices of Diana Santa Maria. This is Shirley. How may I help you?
In a new location, Diana resumed and grew her practice.
Everything is very tight-knit, and we do work closely as a team. So it's when a client speaks to one of us, it's like speaking to all of us.
In addition to obtaining justice and compensation for her clients, Diana continues to stand out as a leader in her profession. She's a member of ABOTA, the American Board of Trial Advocates. In 2012, she was elected president of the Fort Lauderdale chapter, with her family at her side at the installation dinner. Florida Supreme Court Justice Fred Lewis wrote her to say, "You will make a positive and dynamic contribution to ABOTA." And she did. Diana initiated the first annual Henry Latimer Professionalism Program in honor of the late and beloved Henry Latimer, and established an annual scholarship for Nova Southeastern University, the local law school near her practice. In 2013, Diana was selected as the ABOTA Fort Lauderdale Chapter Trial Lawyer of the Year. In 2016, Diana was honored with the Gladiatrix Award before hundreds of her peers at the FJA Workhorse Convention.
Strength, skill, drive, heart. An unwavering advocate, a master of the trial, a champion for victims. It is my honor and privilege to present the 2016 Compassionate Gladiatrix Award to Diana Santa Maria.
For as long as I can remember, this profession has always been to me about two basic things in any and every case, and that is knowing my client and telling their story. To receive this award from this organization is something I will always treasure and keep very close to my heart.
She is as compassionate a person with her client as you can possibly imagine. And she's also has that sword for the people who oppose her clients.
¿Lesionado o tomado?
No tenía ningún.
Diana is fluent in Spanish, as is most of her staff. She also speaks French, so client meetings don't require interpreters or translators. Her experience revealed a successful resolution at mediation could be challenging due to language and cultural barriers. So Diana became a certified mediator and founded Bilingual Mediators to serve the cross-cultural population.
And I feel that giving back is something that I need to do to balance the scales of justice in what the profession has provided to me.
Giving is a big part of the culture within the firm. In 2010, Brian and Diana were honored for their professional and philanthropic accomplishments as one of South Florida's finest couples. The gala benefited cystic fibrosis. It's just one of many organizations they support. Laura is a board member at Monarch Care, a charity that supports vulnerable people.
The key to being a good personal injury attorney is to understand people, is to be able to feel people. And if you're not involved in the community, you can't really understand anything.
In terms of what I've been able to give back, I think I have been able to exemplify that a woman lawyer with a family can accomplish things and perhaps provide inspiration to others.
Our family is our life. And work hard, play hard. We try and adopt that type of philosophy.
Diana and Brian have known each other since high school. Their sons, Nick and Alex, are the twinkles in her eye.
She's able to speak to you on a level of empathy and understanding that is not commonly found. The answer is within you when you learn to quiet yourself and quiet your mind.
Diana's words of wisdom to her sons: always be true to their heart.
To always be true to who they are, regardless of what others tell them. To always listen to their heart, because that's where the answer always lies, and to trust their instincts. To always be kind to others, to always make an effort to give back.
Alex was born with a rare genetic disorder and a huge heart.
Alex is a very joyful young man who really belongs in theater. He shines on stage and he's a natural performer.
My mom is special to me because she's the greatest mom in the whole wide world, and she's always been there for me. I'm very fortunate to have parents like same mom, dad.
And you can tell everybody this is your time.
Alex and Brian love to sing together and entertain. The whole family is gifted musically. Diana learned to play from her mother, and Nick plays guitar and sings in a band. The family loves to be together, dressing up in costumes, traveling to great heights in Hawaii, taking an Alaska cruise, visiting abroad, boating, sharing a meal, and finding fun and funny in everything. Brian and Diana are a supportive and loving team.
The accomplishment of 25 years, it's a milestone. I mean, how many businesses even survive 5 or 10 years? I think I read a statistic that 80% of businesses fail within the first 5 or 10 years. So 25 years tells me, as a former business guy in the corporate world, that she's doing something really well.
Congratulations to Diana, her team, and the law offices of Diana Santa Maria for passionately pursuing justice and making the world a safer place.